All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're gonna talk about the power of quotient rule, which I don't think will be a big deal for you. Won't be too tough. In the backside, we're gonna deal with negative exponents. We haven't dealt with them yet. Okay. So for any real numbers, a and b cannot be 0. And then any integer n, the quantity of a over b to the nth power. Is anybody smart enough to realize why b cannot be 0? Yeah, the whole divide by 0 thing. That would make the thing undefined. Undefined. We can't have that. The biggest curse word in math. Undefined. All right. This is going to be a to the nth over b to the nth. And basically, what does that rule accomplish for us? Why do you need to know it? What did we accomplish there?
Distributing.
We didn't distribute, really. I mean, we kind of did. Why don't we just leave it like it was, is my question. Why is what I wrote in red better than what we had? Guys, your goal is to get rid of parentheses. And that's what that does. It gets rid of parentheses. Okay? So, go over to your note card. Write the power of a quotient rule. What number rule are we on? Is this 5?
5.
Okay, write card number 5. Card number 5. It's called power of a quotient rule. And it's the quantity of a over b to the nth power equals a to the nth over b to the nth. Again, I think you guys already know that rule already. That will make sense with everything we've been doing with exponents. You get it. You got card number 5 done? All right, little step-by-step process on how we're going to accomplish these, get these done. You always want to use your power of a quotient rule first because it gets rid of parentheses. Guys, the first step, I think, is always to eliminate parentheses. That helps you start simplifying these things. So, try to eliminate your parentheses. Now, the hard part is this next part. You're going to have to deal with constants or coefficients that have exponents on them, especially the negative ones. The negative exponents. Reduce or simplify any of those things if you can. Then use the quotient of a power rule. Guys, yes, there is a power of a quotient rule and a quotient of a power rule. OMG. They're different. And then power of a quotient. They're two different rules. Look at your note cards. You should have both those rules out there. So yes, there is a power of a quotient rule and a quotient of a power rule. Go figure. Use the product of a power rule if necessary. Basically, guys, you take your time and you show lots of steps and show lots of work, you're going to get these right. And use parentheses around numbers. That will help you guys as well. All right, let's start easy and then get more difficult. 3x to the 4th over 7, all squared. Take the 2 and put it on everything. What would that look like without parentheses? So now,
9.
do not start squaring numbers without putting a 2 on them. You would write 3 squared.
Okay, 3 squared.
But what do you got to put around it?
Parentheses.
Yes. Guys, please, please, please do that with numbers. Okay, keep going, Sean.
Then x to the 8
Over
7 2 in parentheses and a 2.
squared. Not 2. Squared. Or to the second power. Now let's square your stuff, Sean. What's 3 squared?
9x to the 8th power. No.
49. Okay, so pretty simple. I think eventually, not now, not for tonight's homework definitely, eventually you will skip this little step of putting a 3 squared and 7 squared. But tonight, you have to do it. So, a couple steps.
I'm always going to do it.
You'll get them right if you do that. Jump to the next one. Go. Put the outside 3 on everything there. Albano, talk me through it.
Parentheses 4 to the 3rd power x times x to the 9th power over parentheses 5 to the 3rd power times y to the 12th power.
Perfect. Raise your right hand if you have both 4 cubed and 5 cubed memorized.
No, I do.
You got it. You need, guys, 4 cubed and 5.
I do.
You're going to see them a lot.
I do.
Albano, what are they? Give me the final answer.
64
Thank you.
x to the 9th times x to the 9th over 125.
125. 5 cubed, guys, memorize it. It's 125.
To the times y to
Done. Hey, do you think you can reduce 64 over 125?
No.
Yes, no, or no clue?
No.
How do you know?
because they're not
Maybe like 9 or something weird goes into both of them. Guys, you know what? See how we had 4/5 to begin with? Can we reduce 4/5? No. We took it to.
I thought you meant could you reduce that down to 4/5?
No. Can you reduce 4/5? No. And you're going to cube both of them. The answers you get when you cube them, you will not be able to reduce that ever. If you can't reduce it right off the bat, you won't be able to reduce it later. Never works out. All right, easiest problem up there.
Can I do it?
Who's got C?
Me.
Olsen.
Okay. In parentheses 15.
Are you really going to do that?
What? Oh yeah. 0, 1, 1, 1. So just M. And then
There's no then. We're done. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Do not be the knucklehead kid that writes this. 15 to the 0, m to the 0, n to the 0, p to the 0, over 25 to the 0, m to 0, n to the 0, p to the 0. And then they write 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 over 1. Times 1, which equals 1
Hey,
over
it's
1,
showing
which
work.
equals 1.
And not
No,
skipping
do
steps.
not do that.
That's not skipping steps.
Okay? Anything to the 0 power is 1.
I got D.
You just
You're gonna
write
do it.
1.
All right, try D.
I got D. No, I got D.
Go ahead, Olsen.
2 in parentheses to the 3rd power, M to the 9th, N, P to the
You forgot to put your 3 on your N.
N. Oh yeah, N to the 3rd, P to the 18th,
Nice.
all over 3 in parentheses to the 3rd power, M to the 6th, N to the 3rd, P to the 12th.
Nice. Guys, I see kids do that a lot. They forget to put the outside exponent of 3 on the ends because they don't see an exponent on the ends. But there's really a sneaky 1 there. And 1 times 3 is 3.
Don't forget the
Okay.
sneaky one.
Now, let's kill a couple birds with one stone. Okay? Olsen, I'm going to talk you through this and you're going to get it. Let's kill a couple birds with one stone. Let's cube our numbers. Let's cube our 2s and 3s. And let's use our the dividing exponents rule with our m's and our n's and our p's. So everybody draw a big long fraction line. Olsen, what's 2 cubed?
8.
8's up top. What's 3 cubed?
We put everything else on top.
27.
27. So I dealt with my numbers first. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Now, do m to the 9th over m to the 6th.
N to the 3rd.
We're going to subtract these exponents. M to the 9 minus 6. But where is that m
In the
cubed?
top.
Right. Yeah, that's why we write a big long fraction line.
Bottom just gonna be the middle.
Keep going. You're doing great.
N to the 0. We could throw that out later. Then P to the 6th.
Perfect.
You can center it out more.
There's your work, guys. And look, there's no variables at the bottom because we used our division rule.
Can we rewrite it without the
Definitely. You need your answer like that, I'm not going to be happy.
8 N to the 3rd, P to the 6th, all over 27.
You're gonna be like, grrr.
And notice how I centered things a little bit better. 8 m cubed, p to the 6th, all over 27. What happened to the ends, Al?
They got well, N to the 3rd power minus N to the 3rd power is N to the 0, which is 1.
Right, n to the 0 makes 1, So we're, 1 times 8 is still 8.
I'll walk you through E.
Okay.
I got F.
All right. The next one, we get not all of it is being taken to one exponent. We get different exponents top and bottom. Big deal. We can do this. Okay. Go ahead, McNulty.
So it'd be parentheses 3 to the second, x to the 6th, y to the 10th, all over parentheses -4 to the 3rd, x cubed, y to the 6th,
Nice.
and then we subtract its.
Deal with your numbers too.
Yeah.
Like, what's 3 squared and what's -4 cubed?
3 squared is 9.
-64.
Is -64.
Where would you put your negative sign, Kev?
Up top.
I'm gonna put it out in front. Front, top, bottom does not matter as long as you have one negative sign. It's good. I always like to lead with my negative sign. Keep going. You're doing great.
And then up by the 9 is x to the cubed and y to the 4th.
I got F.
Done. I'm gonna box it. Want to write it a little bit with the 64 more centered at the bottom? You can do that. It's good. So you're gonna see your homework tonight, guys. Is gonna take you 2 or 3 big steps. Go ahead, Cuban. You're looking confused.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
See where we got everything?
Okay.
You see why it's negative?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we cubed -4, and that makes a negative value.
You just subtracted the, you simplified.
What do you mean?
But X is at the bottom and top.
Well, we did our subtracting of exponents rule, and it's always up top when we use that rule. All right, who wants to try F? Go ahead, Briggs.
I wrote j to the 20th power times k to the 12th power times p to the 4th power over 2 times 2 to the 4th power parentheses times j a to the 8th power times k to the 8th power times p to the 4th power.
Excellent job. Guys, look what he did. Eliminating parentheses in your first step. Put that 4 on everything. You did a great job.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Oh, and then I got the answer.
You just keep j to the 20th, j to the 20th.
I would use your subtracting of exponents rule. You got j's in the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
So let's use our division of our quotient of powers rule. Okay?
J to the 12th power
Where is that j to the 12th power?
at the top.
In the top. We're going to keep saying that, guys, until you get it. You're doing great.
K to the 4th power over 16.
Can I put p to the 0?
Oh, yeah. I just had my answer.
Over 16. Where'd you get 16 from?
2 to the 4th power.
Yeah, how many people got that one down? 2 to the 4th is 16.
I
Other than the
I got
2
I'm
it.
gonna
times
do
2.
64.
I got 30.
That's actually 2 to the 6th. 2 to the 4th. 2 times 2, Nico. Times 2. Times 2.
16.
4 of them.
Times
Do it
Kevin.
again. And then p to the 0 equals 1. So I can get rid of that. Final answer. J to the 12th, k to the 4th, all over 16. And you're going to box it.
If you left it without the quotient of powers, it would be wrong.
Say again?
If you left it without subtracting your exponents, like,
Oh, just like left it like this?
yeah, that'd be wrong.
No, it's okay if you leave it like that.
No, not like,
Not like on our homework, just like, is it actually wrong? 'Cause, I mean, it's just not simplified.
Yeah, but that's the reason. It's just not simplified. You can do more with it.
The multiplicative property of Kevin.
No, it's not like
Anything times
subtracting.
Kevin is Kevin.
Kevin squared is too much. Okay. Now, hard rule, negative exponents. Guys, we must have done a good job with this last year because second period we kind of remembered a lot of this stuff. This was great. Okay. How many of you guys know that you cannot have negative exponents? We haven't seen anyone. You can't have them. It's against the law. Okay.
And math.
So the negative exponent property. Everybody go to your 6th note card. Call it the negative exponent property. Okay, don't be weird. Negative exponent property. Okay. A to the negative n power Does anybody remember what you do with that?
Oh,
Oh, you.
divided by n. Or no, like,
Divided by
A to the 1, no. 1 over a to the n.
1 over a to the positive n power.
Oh, I remember that.
1 over. That's how you make your exponent positive. You drop it down, okay, into the bottom part of a fraction. Okay? Is everybody okay with that? Also write this on your note card. Then we're going to write it again. Put a little line, because guess what 1 over a to the negative n power equals? What if there's a negative exponent on your base and it's in the bottom?
There's 2 a's.
Nico?
Would it just be a to the n?
It'd be a to the nth power. It comes up and then the exponent comes positive. How people kind of remember that from last year now? We did it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So writing it again, a to the negative n equals 1 over a to the nth, and conversely, a to the 1 over a to the nth.
1 over a to the negative n.
1 over a to the negative n. Thank you, Kev.
Equals a to n.
Equals a to the n.
Yeah,
oh,
baby.
can I get n?
Okay. Gotta know these rules. This is tough stuff, especially when we get to these bottom ones, but we can do it. We're doing great. Scenario, g to the negative 4th.
1 over g to
Genius. G for genius for Sodaro.
Do that.
Holy cow.
Wish I was
Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Guys, remember, hey,
Oh my God.
drawing the arrow seems to help kids. You want to. You can tell me what 2 to the negative 3rd power is.
Oh, wait.
2 to the negative 3rd power. Miss Natalie, what do you think?
1 over 8.
It is. Don't give me the 8 yet. What would you write?
1 over 2.
It's got a negative exponent, so I'm going to drop it down.
Wait, would it be 1/2 to the 3rd?
No, it would be 1 over 2 to the 3rd. And then keep going, because does everybody know what 2 cubed is?
Yeah.
Right? So do it. So
6.
it equals 1/8. Oh, Cubon, do not attempt to be funny. It's not hilarious.
No, it's not.
1/8.
Making
Now,
math jokes.
if you have your calculator out, watch this. Do you guys know the decimal form of 1/8 yet? If you get 1 out of 8 on a test,
Point.
okay? Does everybody agree it's
Eight.
it's 0.125? I just got to
Yeah.
memorize.
6 out of 8.
Yeah.
1/8 is 0.125. Okay.
12%. That's good.
Watch this. Everybody try to type in 2
13.
to the negative 3 power.
Error.
No. Type it in.
1.25.
0.125. 2 to the negative 3rd power.
This keeps getting smaller.
Okay?
Oh, wow. Oh.
So it equals 1/8 or 0.125. No, I don't want decimal answers. You can use your calculator, guys, to your advantage. But if this problem's on the quiz, 2 to the negative 3 power, and you have 0 work, and your answer is 0.125, that tells me you just use your calculator.
Or cheated on someone.
Okay?
What do you memorize?
Now, show your work.
All
right, now. What happens if you have 2 things being multiplied together, but one of them has a negative exponent and one's got a positive exponent on it?
You just
Oh,
add
wait,
it.
I think
Yeah,
dash.
you just multiply them
Ooh,
together.
Oh, no.
parentheses.
There's different bases, so you can't multiply them together.
Parentheses.
Nico, what do you know?
Is it that like you put the 8 minus 2 on the bottom and would it be the 8?
Well, what do you think goes with the 8 to the 4th? Do you think that comes down to the bottom?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. If it had a negative exponent, you would drop it down. But here's where the arrows comes into play. First of all, if something isn't a fraction, you can always throw a 1 underneath it to make it a fraction. And then, only things with negative exponents drop down.
So that's
8 to the 4th over 8 squared.
Yep.
Once you drop it down, it becomes positive.
Oh, wait, isn't it 8 have like parentheses?
You can put parentheses around it, you don't have to. And then hopefully you guys all know 8 squared, 8 to the 4th over 64.
So instead of putting the 1, you just put the thing that's on the thing.
That has the negative exponent on it?
Yes.
Yeah. Just drops down. That's the rule.
Oh, I have to.
Okay? So if you can do 8 squared, please do that. All right, next, you got some things with negative exponents and some things without negative exponents. Use arrows, guys, and it'll make sense. Madeline B., what do you think? I can't hear anything you're saying. Oh, so nothing.
Scream it.
See this on
Let her do it. No, I heard 1 over, and it's not 1 over something.
Sean's like a seizure.
Okay.
He really
Wait,
is.
I want
Come on.
again.
Good, Sadao.
Okay, y to the fourth
Hey.
over x to the third times z. Ooh, no. Yeah. Okay, the y to the fourth times z to the second.
Over.
Oh, over x to the third.
Done.
Why is he the second?
Okay.
Oh, because
Do
you have to
not-
put it up.
Guys, make it as one big fraction. Well, I think what Madeline wanted to do is she wanted to write 1 over x cubed times y to the fourth times 1 times z squared.
Can you do that?
No,
Why?
because it's not simplified good.
So if it's
Your
on the
answer,
bottom-
your answer needs to be one big fraction.
So if it's on the bottom,
Why
you go
is
to the
Z
top,
squared
it's on
on
the
top?
top and the bottom.
Only if it's got
It was negative.
Two. Or negative exponent.
right. Yes.
You could do that if you put it all over
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Right. If you put these over 1 and then multiply everything straight across, you get my answer.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do it by showing arrows and just moving things.
Wait, if you were to put like
Hold on.
A over.
Hold on. Let's get through this, and if we don't hit your question on these examples, then you can ask.
No, I don't.
All right. Again, eliminating parentheses, first thing you want to do. Use the quotient of powers rule next. Deal with your monomials or your terms or your pieces that will be in the top of the fraction, or it could be in the bottom as well. Then if it has a negative exponent on it, move it down to the bottom. Okay? Those are basically numbers if it has numbers on it. All right. Now, everybody sees the first one, D. Guess what kids start doing? They move their 20 up.
Just make it up. No, it's just up.
The 20, they're like, it's got a negative sign in front, it must move up. Negative numbers don't move, only negative. So, what I want you guys to do is do 4 problems at once.
Okay.
Put a big old fraction line. What does 5 over negative 20 reduce down to be?
Negative 1/4.
Negative 1/4. You guys know I like to start my thing, if it's negative, I'm going to start with the negative sign, 1/4. Now, what do you do with your r's that are in the top and the bottom?
They put down. So it's
You
R to the
No, don't move it down.
R's down.
Why?
Eventually it will, but let's combine them first. You can't move them because you're gonna have to combine them sometime. So let's do that now, and then if they have a negative sign, we'll move them. So it's r to the negative 3 minus 2 power.
So can we just write -5?
Yes, and I would do that. Do not write 3 minus negative 2. Okay, let's subtract it. Negative 5, t to the
Negative
negative 3 power. 4, remember it's always top minus bottom, negative 3. And then there's no u's at the top.
So you.
I'm just going to put my u to the negative 3 because there's nothing to combine with it. I'm going to put it at the bottom for now, but where's it going to end up eventually? It's going to end up at the top eventually.
Because you're gonna move it up.
Okay? So we got a lot of simplifying to do yet. I don't need this 1 right now. Do the r's get dropped down?
Yep.
How about the t's?
Yep.
How about the u's?
Oh, they go up.
They go up.
I have the answer.
Okay? Anybody think they can write the answer? That's tricky.
Oh.
Briggs, give it a shot.
U to the third power
Write your negative sign.
over. Oh, I was gonna do u to the third power over
Oh.
negative 4. Negative 4 times r to the fifth power times t to the third power.
Done.
Why is there a big box around E?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something with when I printed it out, I still had the equation editor clicked on. Sometimes puts a box on it. No reason. No reason. Sean.
Would it be right if you just move the u up and
What a love story.
the r down and then simplify that?
That's what we just did.
That's kind of what we did, but I want you to use. Listen. I want you to use the division property before you move things. And Sean, there's a reason for that. You're doing extra work in some problems the way you do them. Guys, the way I'm showing you how to do them will always work out nice and neat. Don't move them.
Error time.
Here it is. Don't move them until you've combined them.
Error day of the week.
That makes.
Error week of the month. Error month.
All right, try the next one. Go.
Error year of the decade. Error year of the century. Decade of the century. I'm such a little.
Sarah B. 32 divided by negative 4. Where's that 8 at?
Top.
Top.
Every second.
Negative 8.
Every millisecond over a second.
Okay. Sarah B, A to the. Can't understand what you're saying. It is not negative fifth. Kids start adding their
Negative 13.
Oh my God, you guys can't do that.
Negative 11.
Negative 5.
Oh
Negative
my
11.
god.
Negative 11,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Victoria 11.
Guys, do not confuse anybody. Negative 8 minus 3. Okay? I see kids put negative 5 all the time because they add them. They add their exponents when they should be subtracting because we're dividing. Sarah, keep going. B to the negative 2. C to the third. Over.
1.
What's still at the bottom, guys?
So 1.
1. The only reason I'm putting that there is because there's I got to drop some things down, and just to show that it's a fraction.
Because the fraction line is still
Okay.
stay
Does the
there.
negative 8 drop down?
Yeah.
No. Negative
Well,
numbers.
because there's
8 to the negative L.
Guys, negative numbers do not drop them down. Just things that have negative exponents on it. Does the A to the negative 11 drop down?
Yep.
B to the negative 2?
Yep.
C to the third? No.
So it's 8 to the C.
Just A to the negative 11 and B to the negative 2 drop down. Okay? Sarah B, final answer. B squared. Done. These are the easy ones.
So you have to do all of these?
These two are easy. Okay?
What are the
You can see
hardest?
it's a lot of work. Oh, actually, F's pretty easy. Olson, what's the answer to F?
Negative 8. I'm kidding. 1.
1. Very good. Anything to the 0 power, guys, no matter what's inside that parenthesis, I don't care. Anything to the 0 power is 1. That was an easy one. All right, now it gets tricky.
I bet we'll have one like that.
Every
I hope you do. All right, who can take that negative 3 and put it on everything inside the parentheses? Who wants to try that?
I believe I got this.
Oh, no.
Henry, put that negative 3 on everything.
M to the negative third.
Oh my God.
What's 2?
What's negative 3 times negative 3?
Put the negative 3 on everything.
20, M to the 27.
Oh my God. Multiply your negative 3 to all your exponents on every piece here, Henry. Tell me what's right. Nico, help him out.
M to the 9th power, N to the negative 6, and P to the 12th.
You're going to take your outside exponent and multiply it on everything there. Now, be real smart, Nico, and real careful. What are you going to start with at the bottom?
Parentheses and 2 in it to the negative 3 power.
Guys, that's key right there. The negative exponents on numbers is tricky. Keep going, Nico.
And then it would be M to the 27,
No, I don't think so. Negative 3 times negative 3.
9,
9. Positive 9.
N to the 6th, P to the negative 3.
Okay. So that's what you need to have written down for your first step. We got to deal with that. Numbers with negative exponents are the hardest things for kids to get. What's 2 to the negative third power? In the bottom part of a fraction? Everybody grabs your calculator.
8.
Negative 8.
Not negative 8.
8.
Where?
Bottom.
No, it's 8 at the top.
You sure it's not negative?
Oh yeah, because
Why
there's
would
Wait.
we,
It would be negative
Guys,
8 at the bottom.
We're dealing with fractions here. It's got a negative exponent on it. There's nothing to combine with it, so I'm going to move it up and make the exponent positive.
Don't you?
So it's going to be 2 to the third power in the top now.
So can we
I'm not going to make it an 8 yet, but eventually it will become an 8. But let's do numbers with negative exponents, move them up or down. Okay?
M's cancel.
M to the 0, 9 minus 9 is 0, n to the negative 12th, p to the 9th, over 1. Nothing, right now there's nothing but a 1 at the bottom. Now cube your 2. 8. I'm going to drop my n to the negative 12th down, p to the 9th, over n to the 12th. That's a medium one. That's not even really a hard one yet.
Yeah.
That's a medium one.
It wasn't that.
Okay? Questions or concerns, guys, where we got any of that stuff from? What happened to the end of the 0?
It got 1.
It just makes
I
1.
just
So
canceled them right away rather than
Same.
writing under the 0.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll buy
On the
that.
homework, I was writing 1 instead of under the 0.
Sean, question.
Yeah.
All right. Talk me through it, Sean.
So then it would be in parentheses 6 to the negative second power n to the fourth times m to the negative 8 over 5 in parentheses 3 m to the 9 times m to the 12 or n or m.
M to the 12.
Fantastic.
Okay. Sean, do any of our coefficients or constants have negative exponents on them?
Yeah,
Which one?
the m.
The coefficients or constants, not the variables.
Oh,
The number.
no, then yeah, the 6.
The 6. It's got a negative x. So what happens to it?
You move it to the
Okay, drop the 6 to the negative 2 down.
You have to
Yeah, you have to.
And then you multiply.
What else could you do?
do 6 times.
Negative exponents work in the basement.
But 6 to the negative 2 power does not equal 6 times 6.
No, 6 times negative 6.
Which surely doesn't equal 6 times negative 6.
Second of a half minute.
Okay? Because do you agree 6 times negative 6 makes negative 36? I guarantee you, Nico, if you type in 6 to the negative 2 power, it's nowhere near negative 36. Those two things are not equivalent. Deal with them by dropping. You can't do numbers with negative exponents, so move them and then deal with them with positive exponents. So,
Oh, that makes sense.
it's going to be, that comes down,
So if you would move 5
6 squared, 5 cubed. Does 5 cubed come up?
No.
No. I'm going to leave that at the bottom. Let's deal with our n's.
And to the negative 13.
I think just negative 5th. 4 minus 9.
Negative.
M to the negative 8 minus 12 is negative 20. And then our 5 cubed stays down at the bottom. We dealt with our variables at the bottom. So we're moving. Okay? The n's come down and the m's come down. Holy schmoly, everything from the top goes to the bottom. What do I have to keep at the top though? A 1. Okay? I'm going to square 36 right now. Or excuse me, square 6 to make 36. What did we say 5 cubed was? 125.
45.
N to the 5th, m to the 20th. When those variables with negative exponents drop down, they become positive exponents. And then somebody type in 36 times 125. What is it?
45.
1 over 4,500, n to the 5th, m to the 20th. Everybody agree you got to show work? You got to show work.
I have no room for the next one.
All right, guys, we got 4 minutes to get through this last one. We're doing great. I would take better notes than this. You're getting all wrong. You're gonna have wrong notes then. All right, Henry, put the negative 2 on everything. You can do this.
Parentheses, 28 to the negative 2 power, g to the negative 10,
Gotcha?
h to the negative 2,
Perfect?
k to the 12,
Awesome. Over,
parentheses, 7 to the negative 2, 8, or g to the 6th, h to the 4th, and k to the
k to the
negative 2.
negative 2. Excellent job. That make sense? Okay. What would you move right away, guys? Yeah, move. Guys, any numbers, any constants or coefficients, whatever you want to call them, that have negative exponents get moved. So I'm going to switch both 28 and the 7 and make those exponents positive. So it's 7 squared over 28 squared to begin with. And then Henry would be g to the,
G to the -4.
you're adding them,
Oh,
subtract them,
-16.
-16. That's the rule. When you divide with the same base, you subtract your exponents.
H to the -6 and k to the -14.
No, it's
I think positive 14.
plus 14.
12 minus -2 would be positive 14. All right, grab your calculators.
Ooh,
I know 7 squared is 49. Somebody enlighten me.
784.
What is it?
784.
Okay, 28 squared is 784. I'm going to move my g to the 16th, -16th down, and h to the -6 down. So my k to the 14th stays up top. G to the 16th,
Was that a harder
h
one?
to the 6th. This is the medium one. We're going to do the hard ones tomorrow.
That one was easy.
That's pretty
Okay.
easy.
Now, wait, we're not done. 49 over 784
You can
could
divide.
probably be reduced.
Because
Do you know how to type in fractions in your calculator?
Yeah.
Everybody type in 49, ABC 784, hit equals.
1 over 16.
1 over, guys, 49 goes into 784 16 times.
And you know that because 28 and 7 go into each other.
Right. So it's k to the 14th over 16, g to the 16th, h to the 6th. And that was that one.
Right.
Hey, you are going to need your notes to do your homework tonight. Show lots of work. If anybody has their test, I'll take them.
I turn in tomorrow.
Yes, I'll take it tomorrow.